today, a Nebraska WoodSTR. You saw the load that just came in here. We got some of that snubbed up and conveyors in the yard. Let's show you. Hey WoodSTRs, my name is Mike. Welcome to all you new subscribers out there. Do me a favor, hit the buttons. All right, today we had a load of pretty much all mulberry and mostly ash. A lot of mulberry, but mostly ash. Some dry stuff in there too. Put the moisture meter to it. Some of that stuff's right at that 20 mark. So I'm gonna take this and turn it into my oversized firewood piles. It won't take that long. It got robbed down to the end last year. So anyway, we're gonna get that moved over there here later on. I've got some other things I got to get done here this weekend. Yeah, some sunrise firewood right there. Getting that all cut up this morning, and today the wind's supposed to blow, I think 40 to 50 with gusts up to 60. So that'd be pretty common for Nebraska. Kind of hid back here a little bit. You can hear it up in the country. She is howling, but thought I'd bring this to you. Told you I brought the conveyor up into the yard. Tried quite a few different things here just to see how that's going to set up, but one thing that just with the size of it worked out pretty good. Just roll those tires right up on those pallets and then stacks right off to the top. So probably the biggest thing we got to figure out is how to kind of where to put the tractor. I might just need to make some bigger hoses until I get a engine and a reservoir on there so it can be a standalone. But right now we've got it hooked up to that tractor. But all my chunks and pieces that are oddball and boiler wood go in that bucket, which is way back there. So we're going to end up piling and probably handling those again. So my thoughts is having Sassman Saws and his mad skills make me a longer hose. That way we can park it wherever we want. I went to move it here this morning, and one thing I'm going to have to be careful of is make sure that those hoses are disconnected before I take off and rip everything out of there. So didn't do that this morning, but I could see how easily that could happen. I'll show you here a little bit of what our program was. So we set this splitter up just perpendicular to the conveyor. And we can kind of move it here with the tongue and move it this way and then this way before we have to move it all the way down and pull the conveyor back so it can keep stacking through the WoodSTR bins. Not going to be going to have to be fairly calculated here when we start bringing rounds to it, because I stack a whole pile of rounds in front of there. Then the old Wolf Ridge, when I need to move it down this way, I'm gonna have to move around. So yeah, still learning here. Just got it up into the yard yesterday. Worked pretty good. Put a little hitch on that, pulled it up there with the Ranger, and yeah, worked out pretty damn good. So bring you over here a little bit closer. You'll see some of this here in a little bit, how it worked yesterday or yesterday afternoon. But anyway, everything's coming off of here and dropping right in there. One thing that we did figure out is that if you can get that wood to bang over here, then she rolls up there pretty nicely. This old belt's got a little bit of bounce to her, and so sometimes it just bounces right on out of there. So we're still learning on that. These two kickstands right here, it's a little bit high, you can see. A little bit high there, so when the wood's coming up this belt, she just peels it right off of there. But one thing I like about this belt is, and you'll see this, is that as long as that wood is on there and it can be hanging over the sides, there's nothing up top to kick it out, so it gets up there and gets into the pile. The other thing that I kind of liked, a lot of comments out there about if you have room for cribs like this, do that, but it's going to take more space. Well, one way that I figured out that I can make more volume and less space, go higher. So you can tell this conveyor is going to pile it, looks like about 2.5 foot taller. So I don't know, maybe grab another 20% more wood in the same space, but you can see this one here about yay high and that one quite a bit higher. So anyway, seems to work pretty good. When we were moving this yesterday, just move it 6-8 inches at a time and keep that wolf ridge rolling, and we'll kind of, it seems to be working pretty good. So getting a little bit less handle. We'll try and perfect this process over time. How much wood, how do you stage your rounds so we can keep moving that conveyor. My whole hope here was I could just put 45-degree angle off the WoodSTR bins and then just keep moving that down. But the problem is then I got to move the whole damn conveyor, and that's going to take a pile of work. Where this here, all we got to do is just roll it back and just follow along with the wolf ridge. So anyway, I'll bring you some of that footage from last night. Enjoy. Well, there you go. Seen some of that footage from last night, and you'll have a lot of that to look forward to coming up. So as we're learning this process, any comments would be appreciated if anybody has any ideas that I haven't thought about. But looking at the yard here, we've got a couple of hours of thinking while we're doing stuff up here, so maybe something good will come to mind. But if you guys have already have the answer, let me know. Other than that, appreciate you guys coming along. Welcome again to all you new subscribers out there. You know the program. Like, subscribe, and share, and see you on the flip side.